All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ona.
Hi guys, how are you doing on the winter solstice eve?
The eve of the solstice, and the solstice I think happens relatively early in the morning. So,
Yeah, yeah. So
um,
today's what the 20th and then the
so
21st.
welcome to Mystic Sisters.
Yeah.
Are you seeing comments, honey?
No, I'm not. That's okay. Maybe nobody's on right now.
Yeah, me either. I
It
don't know
says
what's
join
going
the
on.
chat, but I have to sign in.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, you know why? It might be because it's tonight. Um, they used to seeing us on Saturday. So
Yeah.
I wanted to do this Saturday, but then friends of ours invited us to do it to a drumming circle to bring in the solstice.
Yeah.
But my back has been hurting for the last couple of days. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go.
If you can't drum, I think it would help.
It's about an hour drive to get there, which is no
Yeah.
big deal. But then you have to like the way you have to sit. It's a
Yeah.
lot of the seats don't have a lot of support, and I just don't want to be
Yeah.
hurting worse. But hopefully, I feel a little bit better today. So hopefully by tomorrow. Hi,
Yeah.
Christine. No,
There
that's
have
not what it
been
says.
days,
Christine.
maybe
Sorry,
so
Christine.
many, so many days when I couldn't sit in a car for an hour or 45 minutes. Like I had to move, get up and move because something hurt. So I understand that's a lot. Hello, Carrie,
Of,
Chrisanne.
of course, we're moving into the season of Capricorn, which rules the bones and the spine and the knees. And my back hurts. My knees hurt.
Saturn's got it's like
Saturn
failed
has raised.
right now.
Yeah.
My skin is getting biopsied for skin cancer. Your back, your bones are hurting. Trust
My
us.
skin too. Weirdly enough, my skin is. I'm having all kinds of like
It's
skin
happening.
reactions. And you were saying that uh, you heard there were more class M coronal mass ejections, and there was
Yeah.
a lot of solar activity. And it feels that way. That yesterday I said to Michael, I said, I feel like I have a shell, like I'm a turtle with a shell on. Like energetically, I feel like the energy close to me is all compressed. It's a weird
Yeah.
feeling. I feel
Yeah.
like maybe I'm pushing out of a chrysalis or something. But I think
That's
I
the
pushed too
Saturn
hard.
energy, I feel like. And it is the night, the longest night. So there's got to be some kind of compress. So constricting. Saturn is so constricting. It does have that. It's like you just have to start talking about it. Honestly,
Well, yeah,
sulfur,
it's like,
the whole day. Really,
yeah.
it's going to be like that. It's just sort of constricting. And then the sun is born. The days start getting
That's right.
longer.
For unto us the child is
Yes,
born, unto us the son is given,
it's going to be.
unto us a son is given. That's from the Messiah.
Yeah. My
I
boss,
sing it every I sing it every Christmas. My poor husband.
you know what? Hey, it's only if it's only once a year, he probably is okay with it. Honestly, you have a nice voice. I don't think you realize you have a really nice voice. I was telling my boss,
Yeah,
you made
yeah.
it so
All the
I'm like,
Glee
yeah,
Club. I got my pipes and oh oh that was weird. I don't know what just
it
happened.
went
Okay,
glitchy.
let's see what's going on here. I want to pick a Mystic Sister card, of course.
Okay, I
Oh,
have.
okay. Yeah, it wasn't me, right? Okay. Well, I mean, with all these mass ejections, like, why wouldn't it be glitchy?
And Mercury's still, like picking up the moon's in Virgo, Mercury ruled, and it's still picking up speed. It just went direct, but I definitely felt a difference this week. I feel more I don't know. I can absorb it and rebound it a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, I actually think I felt this shift last week. I felt a
Yeah.
palpable shift in the energy, and I was like, all right, it's not quite as heavy.
Hmm.
I don't know what that, and then of course, that could be just, we're finally getting, Pluto and Capricorn sort of out of our hair. The further
Yeah.
away we get, it could be that.
I'm real
But
curious about the Pluto and Aquarius, the Gen Betas. I'm really curious about that. Yeah. It feels like that. Like it's getting out of that kind of energy. It's like old. We'll see.
well, there's a lot of see, one of the things as we enter 2025, um, there's a lot of planets uh, sort of straddling two signs, and that's always like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit. It's not like all of it. In fact, the only planet that's really not changing signs next year, at least, they're going in and then they're going back into the signs they were in and ending up. But Pluto is the only one that's in Aquarius. Period. End of story. Everything else is Uranus is changing signs. Jupiter is changing signs. Uh, Neptune is changing signs. Saturn is changing signs. So that changing of the sign thing, it's sort of like a cuspy energy.
Yeah. You know what? That number has been sort of generating. Sometimes like videos just kind of keep rolling and I'm doing stuff. And the number 29, that everything's at that sort of anaretic degree because they're right into it. And I think that's the compression kind of feeling that. Definitely a time to take care of all the things you haven't done. It is that time of year, honestly, to get everything that you need before you have to pay premiums for next year.
I know a lot of people do all their doctor appointments at the end of the year for that reason, because they've paid their deductible. Now they want to get their money's worth. So I did
Absolutely.
pick up. Say
Sorry.
again. Oh,
Okay, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
mass what? Oh, coronal ejection, Steph. It's sunspot. It's when the sunlight kind of explodes out, and all the radiation goes out into the solar system, and that's why we have the really active northern lights. I mean, I think they
It's
saw
the
them here
northern
in
lights. Yeah.
Oklahoma like a couple of months ago.
It's what
Okay.
creates the northern lights. It's like the sun burping up some plasma or like sneezing it out. And then like that radiation has a fallout. And it keeps doing it and it keeps doing it in clusters. And it's really active.
Yeah, and my teacher, John D. Martini, says that when we have high sunspot cycles, it's a lot of new souls coming into the atmosphere. So, it's active. Just like it's active down on ground level, it's also active in the atmosphere. So I
Yeah.
did pick a Mystic Sisters Oracle card for tonight, and we've gotten this one before. It's the Magical Key. And it says, hope, faith, and gifts. Lost and alone in a deep, dark forest, a poor, bedraggled girl cowers in a state of hopeless despair. The dove above her holds a key in its beak, which symbolizes peace. Um, Peace and hope. Drawing this card indicates that it is now extraordinarily important to have faith in a benevolent universe. So true. So true. You have become susceptible to fear, depression, hopelessness, worry, and wild imaginings of the worst case scenario. You may have found yourself in a difficult place, but the challenge now is to be optimistic, to look up and be aware that help is nearby, using your imagination for seeking the best case scenario to achieve a resolution. Trust that you will again find peace. Oops. So we've gotten that one before, and I think that's a really good message, especially in the darkest day, right before the light is born. Right before the light is born.
I got reflection. This is the archetype of that's the half of the deck is tarot, and then there's another one that's just archetypes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is reflection. So, and that's how it feels, and that's what the end of the year is. And I was just doing that, thinking about everything that you kind of need to wrap up for the year. And that's, and I lit my incense before we started, and arranging the stones and the copper and everything in a certain way, and picking up on the solstice energy. It feels like I'm thinking about all those people at the end of the year. Yeah. It's definitely a reflective time. Yeah. I love when stuff comes up. I was afraid it was going to be like the boozy guy or something. I'm like, the devil. But it is that energy. That's that Saturn energy. It's humor. It's, greed,
Right. Well, that's the devil, right? And the tarot is connected to Capricorn energy.
That's Saturn.
There's a lot of times people think Capricorns are sort of straight-laced and very, proper in their way because they're bosses and they're heads of things. But Capricorns can also be like eat, drink, and be merry, but tomorrow we will die. That kind of energy. There's actually a feast of the Saturnalia where all they did was eat, drink, and I think make love, and I don't know. It's just like anything goes. It was like anything goes.
Yeah.
So
you have to have that sort of like vibe for Saturn for sure. It took like every dark aspect of it and rolled it into a party.
I wouldn't mind getting. I actually probably wouldn't mind going to the party. Maybe not staying, but maybe just checking out the party goers.
Definitely watching the party goers, because it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. I don't have a lot of week to reflect on other than just working on art stuff and getting in that space and working at work pretty much.
Yeah, I've been busy with work. I've had a couple of days, but I have to do a lot of stuff for the beginning of the year. I just finished a video especially for my members, even though I don't quite have the membership yet, but I will. That is going to get done. It'll be done by January. And if you become a member, it won't be expensive, but if you become a member, you get this special video just for members. So I just did it today. So it was fun. It was fun, but it's an interesting year ahead. It's a really interesting year ahead. And this is the time to, the winter time is the time to go within. It's the time to stay at home. It's the time to cozy up next to the fire if you're so lucky to have one.
Bears hibernate. Why shouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because in the old days, the winter was when people did a lot of visiting other people, because the snow, like in the old days, they didn't have paved roads, so the spring and the summer and the fall, it was like always like, but then in the winter everything got covered with snow, and then they bring out the sleds with the and so it was easier to get around. And what else are you going to do? There was so much darkness, right? I mean, it comes up at 7, it's down by 4. There's not a whole lot of light out there.
It's really sucky.
I like this time of year. I like the dark part of the year. I really do. I don't mind. I don't mind the.
I like it. It makes me tired. It really does. I really feel tired when it's
I've actually
to bed now and it's 5 o'clock. You're like, oh my God, I have to force myself to stay awake. And oh my gosh, is it too early to put on my pajamas? That kind of thing.
I have to say recently I have felt weary there like for I think it was last week, there was just this deep bone weariness. And I'm not always sure if it's me or if it's, if I'm pulling in the energy of the being more psychic, because I don't get exposed to, like, I don't interact with a lot of people on one-to-one level anymore, because most of my work I do over the internet now. And so there's a there's a I don't know, a lack of things to push against in a
Mhm.
way when you don't have like people in your life every day. And I think it makes you more expansive, but then you don't really know, like, I think it's a problem if you don't really know if the pain's you or not, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I like being with people. I like the work part of my nursing part of my life, where they help me understand the different generations better and understand
I know.
astrology better, and it really does help when other people, just seeing how they interact, and my whole student of the human condition kind of, perspective. It's really interesting. And it
Well, I
certainly
think,
feels good to be home, though. I love being home too. I
yeah,
can never
I love getting up, coming into my office in the morning, checking, seeing what I have to get done, doing my work, and that it just I don't mind. I've always kind of been a bit of a homebody, but even as a chiropractor all those years, chiropractors aren't a part of, like, they have chiropractic associations, but most chiropractors are sole practitioners, or at least when I was doing it.
yeah,
And it wasn't like you were in a hospital, right? You were in a hospital with other people. It's a group thing, but the kind of work that I've done over the years has been, in a way, kind of isolating. But
yeah.
I mean, I saw my patients, and I had staff, and that was great. But it's not the same as like working as a team. Like, oh, somebody's coding, everybody runs in the room. There's no
Mhm.
such thing like that in my working life. So I've always sort of been kind of on my own, and then reinventing myself constantly, because the insurance companies nearly, actually the insurance company nearly put me out of business twice.
I know, and that's the problem, right? That is part of the problem, is the insurance companies, and how much extra things people need at the end of the year, and how it affects your career to the point where you're like, the malpractice insurance is ridiculous. It's
So this
ridiculous.
is cute. Steph says, when we were younger, we may have been at one of those parties. I don't remember. Yeah, that's true. Oh my God, so fun. Oops, I almost said the F word. So fucking true.
The budget was passed, so we are not. And Nelda said that the budget was passed. Thank God. So, what budget?
Oh, it was? Oh, the budget for the next 3 months. So, oh, you didn't
Okay,
hear about this?
I
Yeah.
know
So,
that the bill that we were like on the verge of shutting down, and this is one of those things that even one of our patrons on here, Cindy, said, we're being gaslighted. And I'm like, please stop. You know, it's like everything puts you into panic mode. We're going to shut down the government. And at the very end, before we go away for Christmas, we pull it out of our butts again. Really? It happens every single time. Every time. It's predictable. And they did, right?
well,
The budget
it's
was
it's
passed.
predictable yeah, only till March though, which is interesting because that's
Right.
kind of, the March is quite. I mean, the year ahead is going to we're going to have a lot of very interesting mystic sisters, I think,
You're breaking up a little bit.
because
Is that
just of the astrology in itself, and then the situation we find.
you're frozen?
There was a couple of things. Officer,
Yeah,
can you?
that's better.
Yes. No.
It's
I'm
coming
I'm
in.
better.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very glitchy. It seems very glitchy. So I don't. Oh, and it's we have a storm. So that's. Oh yeah, we have snowstorm.
Yeah. Maybe it's a drone.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, has anybody in the
Oh
audience
yeah,
out there seen
probably.
any drones in New Jersey or
Yeah.
Indiana? Or
Anybody seen anything?
you want to know why that story suddenly doesn't exist anymore? I don't see any really
Oh,
stories about in my feeds or anything.
well, there's certainly psychics talking about it. Then we talk about everything, don't we?
Yeah, that, but the public, general public kind of stuff. Indiana's right there. I'm like, come on, right here.
And you've
I'm
been looking out the windows, waiting to see the drone pass. Yeah,
I
I
kind
know.
of have been. I kind of have been. Every time I see a plane that looks like, oh, that's flying weird, and then it's just going through a cloud or something. But in the summer, I did see those weird blue lights that I didn't know what it was, and it was bizarre. And I thought
I
maybe
saw
they
Starlink.
took off. Did
I
you?
saw Starlink. I saw Starlink in the sky the day after the election. I was like, cheaters!
Wow.
And we're right by a military base here. So I don't know.
How come, yeah, you guys? You have not seen any drones. And here, Sweet Melly says, I haven't seen squat in South Carolina. Same. No drones,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I mean, I guess it's only certain areas. New Jersey, New York, I guess. Um,
Indiana.
well, these are there might be something in Indiana that, maybe some weapons manufacturing or something. I had a dream a long time ago
Yeah.
about a plane that dropped something in the water. It was like almost like now I know this doesn't really isn't talking about drones, but like how they would open the hatch and the bomb would come down. Well,
Hmm.
it came down, but it hit the water and then it went like a torpedo. And it went through like this area. It seemed like it might be like Florida or something, the canals, and it created all these waves. But that was it. It just created a lot of waves. And I don't know if that was just a symbolic dream or what, but in the dream I said, "Oh, that's China." So I have no idea. That was probably 2 years ago I had that dream. But
Says I live in New Jersey and it's not on anymore. It was because of a missing nuclear waste. Of missing nuclear waste. They
oh,
were.
they were scanning the state.
Is
Okay.
that what they told you? Okay.
Well, I heard something about, yeah, nuclear, some kind of nuclear thing.
That came into the
It
conversation. That feels
increased radiation or something.
like the donuts. Why would that be? That's really
Donna says drones came. Oh, I'll just do this so we can all read it. Donna says drones came through the night before last week, Wednesday, I believe, Freehold, New Jersey. My colleague lives in Howell, and she saw them last week. Yeah, that's down in Monmouth County, by the that like Asbury Park area.
okay. So I guess we can definitely confirm that these drones that are as big as cars exist. That's okay. What if
Oh,
it's
the
not?
nuclear waste thing. The nuclear. Okay, I'm gonna just put this up so people don't get nervous.
Okay.
The nuclear waste thing came from psychics. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that they would disclose that there's nuclear waste missing, right? From the government who can't even tell us that this might be distractions. Exactly. Or gaslit. Look over there, right? Kind of thing.
Well, I mean, that's all. That's definitely always been. Trump's thing anyway. Like all this ruckus, but what's really happening? Don't look at where the ruckus is. Look to in another direction.
Yeah.
That's what the
Okay. Well, they're invited over if they have some kind of, you know, UFO thing going on. But if they're not, I really am not interested. Because
somebody said it was low grade nuclear medical waste. I don't know.
so it's
I
about
would imagine that whoever is and I think it's partly military, certainly. I think it's our military, but there's probably other things going on too. But I'm sure they have sensors that would like sense things from, high up. I mean, if they can look in your backyard from space,
yeah.
they can have a drone going over your house and seeing all kinds of things, you know.
There has been a military helicopter going back and forth yesterday. I don't know about today. I wasn't home, but yesterday there was. So could be anything. Yeah.
Oh shoot. So Solstice, of course. Let's talk a little bit about Solstice, seeing as we're witches.
Yeah. And I do want to do a reading with giblets on the solstice just because it feels intense. This one. It feels intense.
Well, of course, the solstice is the shortest day, but it is also the rebirth of the Redeemer, right? And the dark is when the feminine is at its strongest. That's probably why I don't mind the dark time. And of course, the dark actually starts the first day of summer. And then after that, it starts to get darker and darker and darker until we get to the first day of winter when it's at its darkest. Um, and so it is, and then of course we have all the festivals of lights with all the candles. We have the Advent stuff. We have the menorah with Hanukkah. Um, the idea of calling in the light. They used to, in the ancient times, they would have fires, the Yule log that you would save, and so you could start a new, and so it's a natural time of letting go, of reflection, like your card said. Um, and it's a time of planning for the spring. I mean, we have to start thinking about uh, what we want to grow this year, right? What kind of seeds we want to plant, how we're going to nurture those seeds. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be actual seeds unless you're Ona, because I know she's always putting seeds in the dirt
I
and growing
always,
stuff.
yeah. I find plants. They find me. Somebody said I love Ona's plants. I'm like, they really help me a lot. I depend on them up here for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I do feel like there's that kind of energy where even the plants aren't growing as fast, where they've sort of gone into that cycle where they're just kind of stationary and you could either like they'll come or go. This might be a point where why I found plants in the laundry room this week is nope, this isn't going to work. Well, no, because they did it wrong, but that's okay. I saved them.
Yes. Well, that is your one of your superpowers, isn't it? Growing almost at everything, anything. You're the green woman. My husband is the green man, and you're the green woman.
Oh my God. The walls are getting covered.
So newsflash, Matt Gates is his that report is going to be made public.
Do you want to see what's in it? We could pull some cards on that. That is, yeah. And then he sort of preempted a apology because it hasn't
Well,
actually.
yeah, he sort of like said something like, well, he said, I haven't been, found guilty of anything. I guess innocent until proven guilty.
It
But
kind of has, buddy. It kind of has.
It's interesting, like,
Oh,
like just the whole like idea of that whole thing. Was it Kevin McCarthy that finally got his what do you call that? His
karmic,
revenge.
his
His
karmic justice, his poetic justice.
Well, I want to see what Kevin McCarthy's karmic justice is, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have Trump right now. So I'm going to pick some cards on Matt Gaetz and we'll pick it on his report. Let's pick a few cards on the report.
What kind of
I know this is
dirty nastiness is in that thing? Oh God!
I'm only going to pick. How many cards you're going to pick? Maybe I'll pick. Well, I'll see. I'll start with 3.
4 at the most. These are the cards I used to bring to work with me that had all the political questions sort of attached to it because everybody at work wanted to know.
Wanted to know what happened, or wanted to know?
Just wanted to know about the election. This is the card, the deck I used when I said neither one was going to win. Neither one. Neither the King of Cups nor the King of Pentacles came up. It was the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands.
Wands, yeah, I know. It always came up that way for me too.
Confident that that was going to be it. And so what is in Matt Gaetz's nasty? What is he going to do, a talk show now or some crazy? Oh, God. He ruined himself. He'll get pardoned. It doesn't matter if he even gets in trouble.
Can I? I'll let you pick, and then I'll.
Go ahead. No, go. You go.
So the first card I get is this. What does that look like to you?
His penis.
Yes. And parties, wild parties.
Cretin.
Young people. The queen. The page of swords is also the princess of swords. The pages are all feminine, and this is young female. Hearing things and then this. So he's done for. And then we're also going to get a little information on maybe a few others. Wouldn't it be interesting if 4 people were taken to task on this with other names in the?
They might indict other people, but only like get away with.
Well, they'll maybe not indict, but the cast aspersions maybe on. Yeah.
You want to know what I got? You want to know what I got? You guys.
Totally exonerated. Who's totally? Yes.
You know that we have to say this is for entertainment purposes only on this one. Okay. There he is.
Okay. Entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes. He's at a toke. He's got his eye on her. Okay. She's all pregnant.
That's the Empress, right?
There's some kind of like abortion stuff. It's not just he. Oh. Yeah. That's, oh my God, I got to chill. So he's got to keep it under wraps. There's going to be that kind of thing going on in there. That might be part of the narrative. What a creep.
Well, I think these are the same parties that Cawthorn talked about, and he got kicked out because he said there were drug-fueled orgies and all the Republicans were going to them. Do you remember that? And then he got summarily lost his seat. Oh, and today, and Chip Roy, you know who Chip Roy is? He's the guy from Texas. He's got like a little white like beard, and he's bald, and he's always yelling. and he's always yelling about budgets. He's from Texas. Well, he didn't vote for something, and Trump like went at him and said something, and I think he's like, he said, "Oh, we got to get him. We got to get rid of that guy. We're going to primary him." So they're like already like eating their own. Although it is Texas, so he'll probably get somebody even worse than Chip Roy in. No
I
offense against Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Toga, toga, toga.
yeah, it went there where there's, accusation or there's some kind of receipt or something like that.
Oh, okay. Totally exonerating. Yeah. No, not exonerating.
Oh my God. Stop. Ugh.
So Musk is pulling the strings now. Everybody's you know how when when Trump first got in 2016, 17, they were calling it Trump's brain. Bannon was Trump's brain and all this other stuff. And then Trump got rid of Bannon. That's that's what's happening now. So and I don't think he can get rid of I don't think he can get rid of what's his name because he's footing the bill.
He can't. So do you want to pull a card on when is there going to be a separation or divorce?
Well, I don't know. I'll put cards on the relationship between Musk and Trump. But I don't like to do whens. Let's just see what it says, and then maybe we can. I mean, you can say when, but when's so hard?
He can't be VP. Steph says, is he going to be VP or Vance? He can't be VP. He's not born in the States. He wasn't born here. He can't be president. He doesn't qualify. And the VP has to qualify in that direction.
Ooh. Okay.
So their bromance, how long is that going to last for? Vicky, you are like, ooh. None of it is going to take that long. None of it is going to take that long.
I agree with you. It'll take longer than we want it to, though.
Which was yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday, so it's longer than I want. Who is going to be VP Musk or Vance? You remember what he said about VPs? They don't really count anyway.
Really not.
So undignified.
All day long, they're undignified. I'm waiting for like a good one. Oh my God, like nothing left out in the cold. You know what? There's somebody that actually controls Trump that isn't Elon, or somebody that steps in his place, I think. Like you said, Bannon was replaced by, I don't know who replaced Bannon, or I can't remember. He's disgusting enough, but there is a turnover.
Well, Bannon didn't he have like a special title? I don't think he had he wasn't like chief of staff. You have a chief of staff, you have to get another one. You can't go without a chief of staff. I'm not sure he was like chief strategist, right?
Yeah,
so
like council or some goofy ass stupid name.
And now we have the Doge, the douche Doge, the Doge douche. That's my new song, the douche, the Doge. All right, so I got so this is the relationship between Trump and
show me.
Right, yeah. I got the 10 of Pentacles, of course. Lots and lots of money. That's the price of admission.
Yeah.
Then I got the 4 of Cups. Somebody's bored with somebody. Okay. Then I get the Ace of Swords, which is, I think, a legal action. around abuse of power, 5 of Swords, and then some sort of balancing out the scales, having to maybe pay a fine of some sort or something with the money. There has to be some sort of balance with the money. So that's what I get.
1 second. I think I don't think it's going to be longer than a couple of months. So I have the first card is the 6 of Cups. You got the 6 of Pentacles. I've got the 6 of Wands.
Oh,
So right
okay.
now they're kind of like honeymooning, but that is 6, 6. So maybe June, 6 days or
Did you
6
get
weeks.
six? Did you get 666?
I got 6, 6, 5.
Oh, okay. Well, I
That's
got 6. So we to the two of us we got
yeah.
666. The mark of the beast.
The mark of the beast. It could be this sort of Saturn energy. Then I've got the Hierophant. So there's actually laws that are like in place of that. There are barriers. Then it's the 10 of Swords. There they are.
Oh,
Up on top, Orange Dawn. And look how crazy Elon is. There's just so much separation there, right? It's divided there. That's the 10 of Swords. And then I get like the 5 of Pentacles. So somebody's losing money or he's left out in the cold, which is the traditional meaning of that card is like, screw you, buddy. We took your money and now we're laughing at you. You're in the parking lot, right? That's kind of
no, I
it's
mean he took the money. He made it all back already. Like as soon as Trump won, he made a whole bunch of money back somehow. I don't, people who make that kind of money. I mean, who the hell knows what they're doing? It's all smoke and mirrors for the most part, and both bullshit anyway. It's a lot of the people with all this money don't really have anything. They just have what appears to be, a lot. Except for the queen. She owns more land on the planet than anybody, or the whoever those people are. But you know what I was thinking the other day? I was thinking, it's funny, or not funny, but I was listening to did you hear about this woman in France whose husband would drug her to the point where she would pass out, and then he would allow other men to rape her?
I saw that the feed in that, and then I saw
But
her.
yeah, she said that she came out because she wanted to give them the shame that she carried all this year, to put the shame on them. And I thought that was such a powerful thing. And France is in upheaval now, and
Yeah,
Iran was in upheaval because of the girls, right? Because of the hijab. Like a lot of this upheaval stuff, I feel like is that rising feminine energy. And even the Luigi situation.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So, do you
There
think that?
are Starbucks getting people are striking already. It's starting to roll downhill, like
Yes,
across the nation.
they're striking. Amazon workers are striking in
Amazon workers.
California, and I think New York, a couple of
They're
places like
they're
that.
in our packing facility in Skokie. They were supposed to strike. I didn't follow if they did, but that was the day they were going to. And I'm not going to order from Amazon because not right now.
Yeah,
Not
I
right now.
think her husband ended up getting 20 years. And she was married to him for 50 years, and they had 3 kids together. Can you imagine what type of
You guys don't even know.
what,
Yeah,
it's like, you
yeah.
know?
You don't even know the situations other people live in. You don't even know.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
ex got 20 years. 51 men were convicted and sentenced to prison for that, right?
Yeah.
So
God.
so there's these and it's a terrible story, but it's made less so because we know it and we see it, and people just aren't going to stand for it anymore. We're it's going to be women powered when my I woke up the next day after the election. I said to Michael, I said I can't believe it. I said I can't believe he won again, and he said he didn't win, he cheated.
Yeah. That's
And
what
then
I
he
said
said
too.
he says you're just gonna all you ladies are gonna have to get together and just march on Washington or something like that or something like that. And I'm sort of like between marching or just letting them self-destruct and trying to I'm not sure. I'm not sure if resistance
Yeah.
is the way forward or if letting go is the way forward. And if I go by the astrology, it feels like letting go more than resistance.
Yeah.
Almost like you have to pick your battle.
Well, they're
Uh,
gonna, they cannot escape their karmic consequences. My mom would say, just wait, just watch. Because no matter how much you bitch and moan and you see that they're spiraling, you see that can't sustain itself, right? But honestly, if there was a march, I'd march. If there was a march close, I'd march. I'm not traveling to march anywhere, but I will. There's got to be some going on. There's always a protest downtown, like every single day.
I
So
haven't heard. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything yet about anything when it comes to
there's
that
a
stuff.
women's march in January usually.
Yeah, yeah. The Democrats did not help Mike Johnson. Yeah, they're like they. Of course, they blamed it on. Oh, the Democrats closed down the thing. No, no, that was you guys. You're in charge. You're in charge. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's tough stuff, man. It's tough stuff. But we are rising up. It's going to be, I think, a little more dangerous to be a woman through this period. So for all you ladies out there, please be careful because these guys are they feel entitled,
Yeah.
um, and they're not. So
I feel like I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I'm in more danger, you know, um, because I'm female. I don't feel like I'm in more danger.
maybe it's the young women.
Yeah.
Oh, and did you hear about AOC? They were supposed to give. She was running for. I can't think of the thing in. It's like Jamie Raskin was in charge of it, and he's moving to become a head of something else. And AOC was like his number two gal, and she was running. And so, but Nancy Pelosi said no, and so they voted for this older guy who they say is very good and very nice, but he's got like throat cancer. So like, and this is one of those things where you have to be good with the messaging, and AOC is the best messenger the Democrats have, and now so they put a guy with throat cancer instead.
Cindy said the oversight committee.
Thank you,
Yeah.
oversight committee.
Well, that's just the typical.
Well, you know what
speaker.
I thought. This is my feeling. My feeling was that they were going to start with this guy, but this guy is sick, and she may end up in the position anyway a little bit later. Maybe they
Mhm.
want to get a little bit more experience. I don't know, but I wasn't happy, and she was very disappointed. She's usually pretty jolly, but she really thought she was going to have it.
Yeah, I would be disappointed too if I were her. I understand the idea that you need more experience, more time maybe underneath your belt before you're that vetted in that position. However,
I know.
look at right, that doesn't really count. The qualification counts.
Well, she's still on the committee. She's just not the head of it. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
right.
So she'll
So
still be. I mean, even when Jamie Raskin was the head, you heard her. She did say stuff. She did do stuff. So it's just the old guard. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, right, broke her hip in Luxembourg, which is
right.
like only super rich people live in Luxembourg. And I'm thinking to myself, does anybody see the weirdness in all of this? I mean, it really is incredibly strange.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And I don't understand why she has, like, they should listen to her because she is biased and
Well,
ageist.
they listen to her because she's always been the power player for I mean, the Democrats got shit done because of her. But it just like they just don't get it. I just don't think they get where things are, and she gets it, and she's the future, man. We're
I know.
old. I mean, we're not that old, but the world isn't ours anymore. We had
Yeah.
our time. Now we're supposed to be wise and giving wise counsel. And
Mm-hmm.
my wise counsel to the Democrats is to give AOC more power because
Yeah.
she's going to attract young people and progressives and anti-war people. We need the people, but we'll see. They're cozying up with the Cheneys, to stop Trump, I guess, but they didn't stop him. So I don't know. I've always been more progressive than anything else. So
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Same. And I'm impressed with this generation also. With like millennial Gen Xers, that this time frame, I think they're brilliant. A lot of them.
oh yeah, unbelievable. I was listening to Maxwell Frost. He's the guy. He's the youngest. He was one of the Parkland kids, and he's in the house. And they were asking him about. I think the name of the show is Pondering Politics, maybe. It's one of he's good though. This guy is good. He's very like even keeled. He doesn't get excited. He doesn't get too mental like some of them do, or too sensationalistic like other ones do. Um, but he had him on, he called Elon Musk uh, a sad guy and a loser or something. Because he said something about Elon Musk, like shouldn't be making decisions for the house,
Yeah.
and Elon took started a fight with him on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it is. And this kid is like, he goes, it's funny. He goes that the richest man in the world is getting in a pissing contest with me. He said, and I couldn't even afford to live in Washington, D.C. because I didn't make enough money to rent an apartment there.
Yeah.
He said, I'm still paying off the debt of my running for the house. He said, and this guy who's like, is like coming down on me. He's like, he goes, he's such a loser.
Yeah. Well, that just goes, I mean, that's how fragile he is, really.
I know. It's kind of sad. It's kind of
Think
sad.
about, yeah, that he has to terrorize a social media influencer is pretty fragile.
Yeah.
It really is, you know. So I think for sure their relationship is pretty short-lived, and he just got another recall that I heard on the radio on the way home. Was the Teslas are recalled again, like for the second time in 1 year. Like, this guy cannot win for shit.
Well, part of the reason is because he's so bad to his employees. I mean, he's not a good he's not a good CEO.
Yeah.
He's not a good CEO. Just like Trump was not a good CEO. He was there's there you know I think it's I don't know, maybe they're the same person. Maybe it's all this weird like money. You know what's his name? Musk has his South Node in Leo, and so he's very entitled. He comes across as somebody who's very entitled.
Yep.
But his North Node's in Aquarius with Mars there. So, rockets to Mars, goodbye, see you later, you know. I don't know. It seems
That's what's interesting to me is he's got this whole like colonization thing and creating more kids and humanity, yet there was part of that bill about cancer research.
yeah.
And I when it's medical research, I'm interested in it for sure.
And plus it was like
Here.
$1 million, a couple of $1 million or 170 million. It wasn't like
A lot.
it compared to the billions. It's like what are you doing? Like they're just looking for stuff. Oh, we don't need that. You don't need this. You don't need that. No, neither do we need permanent tax breaks for the rich. Maybe
Right.
we should, maybe we need to up the tax of the rich. I think if they want efficiency, let's get a little money in the coffers. We'll show you efficiency.
Yep. Yep. We'll see. I don't think I think all of this is short lived. And there's, like you said, next year, all these planets are changing signs. So I think everything we're going to be talking about something completely different.
Well, and then we also have the nodes of the moon with the North Node moving into Pisces, which is about dissolution. And that's there for 18 months. So that starts in January. So we're looking at the middle. It should be done by the middle of 2026, and then it goes into Aquarius, which should be interesting with the North Node in Aquarius. But yeah, so we're one thing I think that that's coming across really powerfully as I get ready for the 2025 energy and looking into it and doing my charts and stuff is that this is a time, along with the fact that we're moving into a 9-year, where we're going to be just seeing what's worth keeping and what's not, and letting go. We're going to have to let go of a lot of stuff. A lot of things are going to dissolve away. For me, the hardest thing of all the things I heard since the Trump won was when Jack Smith did his thing when he I forget what you call it, but that was really hard for me because I'm like, that mother effer got away with it.
Yeah.
Got away with it. And then I remembered that cosmic justice has her eyes wide open. So
Right. Right. It is. I don't know about the step back approach or the really retaliatory approach. I think karma is gonna nip this in the bud before we understand it fully.
well, he's definitely brought us to a place we would never have gotten without him. So I guess he's been necessary in his way. And so maybe a little more pain for a few people, and maybe we can get, or maybe it's a whole different thing. Like it could be just like, honestly, it could be a totally new world.
Mm-hmm.
Until we get there, we don't know. But I do want to say that for me, this is a really powerful time for manifestation because of all the energy. I mean, you said you were looking at the lake today and the waves were like, well, that's energy. There's a lot of energy in the air. And if you focus your intention and put your energy into what's in front of you, like we're going to be in a year of the hermit, right? And the hermit holds up his light, and the light that he holds up is the light of his wisdom that he's accrued by walking the path. And that's what all of us are going to be doing. We're going to be shining our light and whatever wisdom we have from walking the path. And it's not just one person, it's everybody taking their little lanterns and putting them out and shining their light. And we're going to find our way out of this dark night of the soul. And we're going to come over the hill, and there's going to be sunshine again. We're already there. We just can't see it yet. So don't lose faith in that, ladies and gents. Do not lose faith.
No, definitely don't. It's all going to be okay. I told my boss that today. She's like, "Oh God, we made it. We made it to the solstice, the last day, the longest day. Oh, I can't believe we made it here. It's been horrible since November." I thought, perfect. Now, like, as somebody, she outed herself. I said, don't worry. Don't worry. Please don't put any energy into like your fear. Don't fall into that trap. Trust me, it's only going to be for a short period of time. Trust in that. And then boom.
Yeah, we're going to wake up one day and it's going to be.
It'll happen that quick. It'll happen that quick. That I know.
Oh, there is a Women's March on January 18th in 2025.
Yeah.
Planning to march in Seattle. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I know it's in January, and the year that I took my kid, I can't remember that. The first year we had it, like 20,000 people signed up for it, and 50,000 showed up because it was one of those rare 50-degree January days. And it was like, you gotta go. Now you gotta go. There's no excuse. Yeah. All these people showed up. It was really cool. It was really cool.
Oh, my goddaughter lives in, I think she's moved to Washington, D.C. Maybe I will go down and march and visit my goddaughter, and her two little boys were so cute.
Going someplace else scares me, but I think I'm good here.
Let's see. I'm gonna share this. I feel like many people, we will be waking up when Neptune gets into Aries. Well, that's next year. Mm-hmm. That's next year. I think if Kamala has won, people, she would have. I think if Kamala had won, people would have dug in their heels, and now they will see what he really is. Yeah, I think it's true. I think you're right, Cheryl. I definitely think you're right. And perhaps we need to see it. Perhaps there's something that we can still learn from this situation.
Yeah, we will.
This is cute. Really? I know, I heard this too. Jazzy Jazz. I love Jazzy. Yeah. We have so many good people on our side. We really do. We have so much talent.
I know.
The bench is so deep. Marches don't always turn into votes. Yeah. They didn't vote. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know if that's the point, to get people to vote. I think the point is to just like concentrate your strength and show them what we're made of. Yeah. I don't know if it's to get people to vote more or to get more people to vote, but it's definitely to concentrate our power.
Well, I certainly don't trust the vote, and neither do the MAGAs. So it's got to be something else. It can't just be, we can't leave it to that one thing. They're like, oh, America will speak and then we'll go from there. No, there has to be, it's something else. We have to invest our time. Not that we should definitely vote. And we should definitely, if you're into the political scene and you like that political action stuff, yes, do it. Absolutely. Because, but I don't know. I'm still coming to peace with what I like. I feel like if I do my work the way I do it here, then that's my contribution. Of course, my back hurts so much today I couldn't walk anywhere. So I don't. If my back hurts that day, I'm not going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit. Shit. So everyone, you want to just look at some, see if there's anything. She'll probably die in office like Feinstein. Yeah.
I thought she was retiring.
Well,
She
she retired from leadership. She didn't retire from because she felt like she wanted to be in there to get rid of Trump, but it didn't work. It didn't work.
No. This will change her perspective.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, it will.
I'm actually very positive. I'm very excited about the future. I'm not. I don't see the future as the hellscape. I know that there's going to be suffering, but it's like giving birth to a baby, right? It hurts a little, sometimes a lot. The new earth is we're in the labor pains of the new earth.
And sometimes like catastrophic things have to happen because that's just the nature of the pattern, it seems like, for us to get together.
Yeah, this is yeah. I see all our separate lights connecting in this giant web of light. Um, that's gonna we are the light of the world. So let's light up, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to light up. And then maybe, I mean, light up like from the light within. And then if you want to light up after that, that's your choice.
Enjoy it.
Only where it's legal. All right, guys. Well, it's been, I don't know what time, I don't have no idea what time it is. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, 8:07, my time. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. Next week is, well, today's, okay, so next week we're going to be on your channel. And are we going to we can do Saturday, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Saturday, okay. Unless it changes, guys, I think we'll be here Saturday. And the reason that I had to change it, I'm not, I don't even think I'm even going to go because, oh my God. Well, anyway, the best laid plans of mice and men, as it were. All right, everyone, have a blessed solstice. It's the time now that the light will grow day by day. Your light, self-care, self-care, self-care. There's a lot ahead. So take this time to rest, to relax, enjoy your family, and know that you are loved and that spirit has your back, and we're here for you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Mystic Sisters are here.
I'll do a thing with giblets tomorrow for the solstice and then time out on Sunday. But I already started putting an altar together. Just chill. Absorb this stuff.
Enjoy the miracle of every day. The smaller the miracle, the better. Yeah. All right, everyone. Take care. We love you. Namaste.
Thank you.